येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञान तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दसागरम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रम उपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं सुरासुरगणाः न विदुः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ओम हरिः ओम। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्य जगदवक्त्राद्या पारिषद्या परशतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रम् अकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुकतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अविकाराय शुद्धाय नित्याय परमात्मने सदैकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे सर्वजिष्णवे। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्म संसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे। ओम नमो विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्म संसार बंधनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण by thinking of whom जन्म संसार बंधनात् from the cycle of birth and death and rebirth. Samsara means cycle. Okay, Janma Samsara Bandhanat. We will see in the Bhagavad Gita what Lord Krishna says about the cycle of birth and death. Okay, Yasya Sparnamatrena Janma Samsara Bandhanat Vimuchyate gets liberated. Namastasmai. Namaha. I worship Tasmai Vishnave, that Vishnu, Prabha Vishnave, the all-powerful or the shining light of Vishnu. Yasya Sparanamatena Janma Samsara Bandhanat Vimuchyate Namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. Om Namo Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. Sri Vaishampayana Uvacha Sutva Dharmana Seshena Pavanani Cha Sarvasaha युधिष्ठिरशान्तनवं पुनरेवा व्यभाषत। श्रीवैशम्पायन उवाच श्रुत्वा धर्मान् शेषेण पावनानि च सर्वशः युधिष्ठिरशान्तनवं पुनरेवा व्यभाषत। 3 Vaishampayana Vacha. Vaishampayana told, Sutva dharman aseshena pavanani cha sarvasaha yudhishthira shantaravam punarevabhya bhashata. Here, Vaishampayana, see this Vishnu Sahasranamam is part of the Mahabharata Shanti Parva. Bhishmacharya is lying on the bed of arrows and he is delivering this in Prasada Krishna. He is delivering this to the Pancha Pandavas. Okay. So Vaishampayana is actually narrating the Mahabharata to the saints in a forest. Okay, the saints are doing. Usually, all the Puranas start like this. I mean, what happens is a large number of saints will be doing some yajna. Okay, usually in some uh, what is the vanam? Okay, aranyam. Okay. You see, what happens is you cannot be doing yajna only 24 hours. So they'll be relaxing in between, and that time they will be usually spending by listening to great stories and Puranas and Bhagavatam and things like that. So in Naimisharanya, lot of rishis are doing yajna, and this rishi Vaisampayana comes there, and they tell Vaisampayana, what have you learnt? Vaisampayana says, I learnt Mahabharatam from Vyasa. Then he says, can you tell us Mahabharata? So he does pravachanam of Mahabharata in that assembly of rishis. Okay. So see Vaisampayana Uvacha. So Vaisampayana says, Sutva dharman aseshena pavanani cha sarvasaha Yudhishthira shantaravam punarevabhya bhashata. So the context is like this. The Mahabharata war is over. The Pancha Pandavas Yudhishthira is crowned. Okay. They conduct what we call Ashwamedha Yaga. The whole of Bharat, all the kings in India, they surrender to the what we call kingship, monarchy of Yudhishthira. Okay. So he becomes the uncrowned king of the whole of Bharatavarsha. Now Krishna is staying in Hastinapura after the war. Then what happens is suddenly one day he is playing, he is talking with Kunti and all the Pancha Pandavas. Suddenly he goes into deep meditation. Then when he comes out of meditation, Yudhishthira asks, Krishna, usually people meditate on you, but on whom are you meditating? Krishna says, don't you know that I always meditate on my devotees? In fact, that is true. If you see the life of Draupadi, when Draupadi gave a call, Krishna started meditating on Draupadi. Under these rolls and rolls of saris started coming. So Krishna always meditates on his devotees. So suddenly Krishna goes into meditation and he says, I am meditating on my devotee. He says, who is the devotee? He says, it is Bhishma Deva. Bhishma is on his death pangs. He wants to release his body and he is thinking of me, so I have to go and meet him. He says, all of you come with me. So all the Pancha Pandavas along with Lord Krishna go there. Yudhishthira is on the deathbed, on the bed of arrows. Then Krishna is asking Yudhishthira, that when Dharmaputra passes away, he's an encyclopedia of Dharma. Okay, he knows all the Dharmas. So you please listen to Dharma from him. Okay, all the Dharmas, whatever you want to know, you learn from him. So Yudhishthira goes offered pranam to Bhishma, and Bhishma blesses him. Anyway, I knew that you will become the king of Bharatavarsha, and then I am not unhappy that you killed me. I deserve it. I voluntarily came for the war so that I can reach Veera Swarga. I can go back to my place. So I bless you wholeheartedly. Then he said, do you want anything from this old man? He said, Krishna says that I should learn all the Dharma Shastras from you. And then Bhishma keeps on narrating. The Shanti Parva is full of Bhishma Dharma. Maybe if I get some time to read Bhishma Dharma one day, Bhishma Dharma I'll explain. Okay. From one of my friends, I heard he talks of Raja Dharma, talks about Kshatriya Dharma, he talks of Brahmana Dharma, he talks of Sannyasa Dharma, he talks of Sri Dharma, he talks of Vaishya Dharma, he talks of all dharmas. Okay. He talks of Bhagavata Dharma and all dharmas he talks of. Okay. Two important highlights from his dharmas I'll narrate, which I heard from a friend of mine who had read this Bhishma Dharma. Bhishma is asking, Yudhishthira is asking, why is it that some people keep on getting money without doing any work? Some people struggle and get just whatever they uh, deserve for their work. And if they don't work, they don't get money. Some people keep on doing work, but they are poor, they don't get money. Why is it that some people are born precocious, that is, born intelligent, right from birth? The Medha philosophy is known right from birth. Some people study and learn, and they don't learn anything more. Some people, howsoever much you teach them, they don't learn, they are dullard. What is the reason for this? Bhishma says, it's all karma. If in the earlier birth you are very rich and somebody who is badly in need of help seeks your help, and having a lot of wealth, you are so selfish that you don't want to help him, then in this life you will be born poor. Howsoever much you struggle, you will not get money. If somebody comes and asks for help, and then you voluntarily help him, then to that extent, in this life, whatever work you do, correspondingly you get money. If, on the other hand, you find that somebody is struggling, let us say some poor old Brahmin has some difficulty in marrying of his children, daughter, but because of self-respect, he is not approaching anybody. If you come to know that somebody is struggling or somebody is not having food, if you come to know about it, without their coming and asking you, you help them. If you are of that nature in this life, without your asking, you will keep on getting money. So the whole basis is like this. As you give, so you get. Okay? With whatever mentality you give, you are paid back. Okay? This is in all the religions. You know, in every religion there is something called a tithing. Even our master, Pranichari master used to say, at least 10% of your earnings you should donate to your to some people, to some poor people, at least 10%. And then he says 30% you should save and 60% you should spend. This is there in all the religions, Christianity, Islam, everywhere, tithing. Islam goes one step forward. They say if you lend money, you should never collect one interest on it. So it is such a liberal, generous religion. And similarly, about intelligence and knowledge. If in your previous birth you find that somebody is, let us say, your classmate is not well in studies, you voluntarily go and teach him, or you voluntarily share your knowledge with others, then in your next birth you will become a Medhavi. You will be born with inherent intelligence. But if you are a teacher and you teach only for money, okay, then what will happen in your next birth? You will learn. You will learn only what are you study, what are you, what are you study in the schools and colleges, nothing more. And if, on the other hand, you refuse to share your knowledge with others, then in the next birth you will be born a dullard. You will be born without any knowledge. You will be born unintelligent. In fact, that is what happened to India. What happened is, Ragupati, can you switch off your microphone?
Yes, yes.
So, in fact, that is how all the Shastras in India died. What happened is, it was Paramparya. Any knowledge was taught to his son, and a pledge was extracted from him. You will not share it with anybody else except within our family. So then what happened when the family got extinguished? That knowledge went, it vanished. Okay, this is how, music, sculpture, Jyotish Shastra, so many things, Vedas, they all died. A large part of them died because of this mental makeup of the people, not to share knowledge with others. So, so like this, he teaches so many dharma shastras. Sutva dharman aseshena. Sutva, having listened, dharman, all the dharmas, aseshena, without any reminder, sarvasaha, in all aspects, yudhishthiraha, dharmaputra, shantanavam, shantanu son Bhishma, punarevabhya bhashata, punareva abhashata. He asked him, he again asked him, Chitva dharmana seshena pavanani cha sarvasaha yudhiktira shantaram punarevabhya bhashata. Having listened to all the dharma shastras from Bhishma without any reminder, okay, completely, in all respects, he asked Yudhishthira asked Santanu son Bhishma again, Yudhishthira uvacha किमेकं दैवतं लोके किं वाप्येकं परायणं स्वन्तकं कमर्चन्त प्राप्नुयुर्मानव शुभं को धर्मः सर्वधर्माणां भवतः परमो मतः किं जपन्मुच्यते जन्तुर्जन्म संसारबन्धनात्. श्री युधिष्ठिर उवाच. Yudhishthira asks, Kimekam Daivatam Loke. He asks some 5 or 6 questions. Kim Ekam Daivatam Loke. Who is the only God in the universe? Okay. Loke here means Vishwam, universe. Okay. Kim Ekam Daivatam Loke. Kim Vapyekam Parayanam. Kim Va Api Parayanam. Kim Va Api Parayanam. Who is the ultimate refuge? Parayanam means refuge. Suvantakam, by doing stotra, by praising whom? Kam archanta, by doing archana of whom? Suvantakam kam archanta, prapnuyur manavaha subham. Manavaha, mankind, Subham Prapniyo, attains Subham, that is auspiciousness. Uh, Kimekam Daivatam Loke, Kimvapyekam Parayanam, Stwantakam, Kam Archanta Praptir Manava Subham. Four questions. Okay. को धर्म सर्वधर्माणां भवतः परमो मतः किं जपन्मुच्यते जन्तुर्जन्म संसार बन्धनात्. Fifth question, को धर्म सर्वधर्माणां भवतः परमो मतः. कः धर्मः, which dharma? सर्वधर्माणां, you have told us so many dharmas, okay? को धर्मः सर्वधर्माणां भवतः, your परमो मतः, highest thought. What do you think is the highest dharma? The bhavataha in Sanskrit, tvam means you, tava apinaka your, okay. But when you talk to a very high person, high personality, you should not say tava. அதாவது even in Tamil we say நீ உன்னோட அப்படிங்கிறோம். பட் மரியாதை சொன்னா உங்களோட. We talk in what we call plural. Okay, in the same way, bhavataha, of you, bhavataha paramomataha, your opinion. Here the word mataha, we should clearly understand. Mataha means belief. See, what happens is people mistake mata with mother. Okay, they say Hindu madam, Krishna madam, Muslim madam, Buddha madam. That is not correct. And then madam means very purichirukku. That is becoming fanatic, becoming arrogant. They say religion makes everybody arrogant. That is not correct. The word is mata. Mata means belief. Hindu mata, the faith of the Hindus. Buddha mata, the faith of the Buddhists. Okay. Ko dharma sarva dharmanam bhavata paramo mataha. Of all the dharmas which you have taken, which in your opinion is the highest dharma? Kim japan muchyate jantur janma samsara bandhanat. Which is the japa which releases jantur, creatures, janma samsara bandhanat, from the cycle of birth and death. Okay. Jantu, it is not only man, jantu, every being gets liberated. Okay. This, as I told you in the first class, the incident of the cockroach, which was sitting under my asana, and once I completed Vishnu Sahasranamam, it suddenly crawled, went up and committed suicide inside the oil bath. It could have done it earlier, okay, or it could have gone out, but somehow it went on listening. Nateyanti parabhava om namayiti. That is, there is no birth. That is a ultimate for whom, for one who chants Vishnu Sahasranamam. Nateyanti parabhava om namayiti. When I chanted it, I thought the cockroach had gone. Suddenly it crawled. It was all the time sitting under the seat. I did not know. Suddenly it crawled. And before I could push it away, it went up an oil can, committed suicide. Okay. That's a miracle. Of course, some bats have died, okay, which are on the loft in my puja room. So, Kim Japan Muchyate Jantur, Janma Samsara Bandhanat. So, this is the question which Yudhishthira asks Bhishma. Okay. Bhishma Uvacha. Just 1 minute. Sorry, break. Sri Bhishma Uvacha Jagat Prabhum Devadevam Anantam Purushottamam Tvannama Sahasrena Purusha Satatotitaha. The first question is Kimekam Daivatam Loke. The answer is Jagat Prabhum Devadevam Anantam Purushottamam Tvannama Sahasrena Purusha Satatotitaha. Jagat Prabhum, the Lord of the universe. Deva Devam, the Lord of all the Devas. Okay. Anantam, one who is endless. Purushottama, Purushottama, that is the highest being. Okay, highest person. Stuvan Nama Sahasrena Purusha Satatotitaha. So he has asked Stuvantakam. So Stuvan Nama Sahasrena Purushaha Satatotitaha. Purushaha, a man. Purushaha Satata Uttita, with a lot of effort, with enthusiasm, he should praise the Lord with the 1,000 names. Okay. Here there are two words. Jagat Prabhum Deva Devam Anantam. Anantam means he is endless. Okay. Deva Devam Anantam. He is the Lord of all the lords. He is the Lord of Varuna, Indra, Brahma, Shiva, everybody. Okay. He is the Lord of all the lords. Okay. And he is Anantam, he is endless. Actually, what happens is, as per Bhagavata Puranam or Vishnu Puranam, Lord Vishnu, from his Yoga Nidra, he creates, Brahma, and Brahma creates the whole world. Brahma creates all the Devas, Manus, Indra, Varuna, everybody is created by Brahma, and Shiva also, Rudra is created by Brahma. Okay. So all the people are created by Brahma. So that is why Brahma is called Prajapati. Okay. So when Brahma goes to Kailas, actually Rudra will worship Brahma. Okay. So all these what we call demigods, devatas, at the time of Pralaya, at the time of dissolution of the universe, all these people vanish. It is Rudra who does the Pralaya. Okay. And he also dissolves himself in the Pralaya. And finally they merge into Brahma. And there are cycles and cycles and cycles. Brahma, at the end of his 100 years of life, the Brahma himself vanishes. Then a new Brahma is created. So that is how the whole thing is going on as a cycle within cycle within cycle within cycle. So Jagat Prabhum Deva Devam Anantam, that endless Lord of all the Devas. Purushottamam, Purushaha Satatotitaha. Purushaha, here a man. Purushottamam, he should worship, he should do stotra. Purushottama. Here there are three things. Okay. What is called Prakriti, Purusha, and Purushottama. This Sri Aurobindo beautifully explains in his treatise on the Bhagavad Gita. See, this body is what we call Puri. Okay? It is a city. Okay. In Bhagavatam, that's a beautiful story. Okay, of this Puri. Okay. The body is what we call it. It is a Prakriti. It keeps on, it is born, it grows, it decays, it dies. Okay. So this is called Puri. Like every city you build, it ages and one day it collapses. Okay. So the body is also like this. He who lives in the Puri, He is a Purusha. That is, he who is aware of his body is a Purusha. Okay, he is the Atman. We will see in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so he is Purusha. That Purusha should Stuvan. He should do stotra of Purushottamam. Who is Purushottama? He is highest Purusha. That is, he has created the whole universe. He has entered it. Okay. He's a Purusha, Virata Purusha who is living in the universe. We will see in scientific detail. When we see the meanings of Vishnu, Vashatkaro, Bhutabhavya, Bhavat Prabhu, if one clearly understands the meaning of all this book, scientifically, one can never become an atheist in his life. Okay, that is what happened to me. Okay, so Purushottama is he has entered the universe. He is a Virata Purusha. He is Lord of the universe. But in addition, he is also, as I told, Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. From infinity came this infinity, then another infinity, another infinity. But the original infinity remains the same. He is the Purushottama. So he is the Lord. Okay. Jagat Prabhum Deva Devam Anantam Purushottamam Stuvannama Sahasrena Purusha Satatotitaha. Next. Tameva Chachayan Nityam Bhaktya Purushamavyayam Yayan Stuvannamastyam Chayadamanas Tameva Cha Tameva Achayan Nityam. Suvantakam Kamachanta here by doing Archana Hum. Tameva Cha Achayan Nityam. You do Archana of only him. Tameva Chachayan Nityam. Bhaktya with a lot of devotion. Purusham Avyayam. Avyayam is he was not changed. He is absolutely immutable. Okay. Avyayam is he who is immutable. See, as I told her, he creates the whole thing, but he himself does not change. Okay. You see, a mother gives birth to a child, but there's a change in her body. Her weight, she loses whatever the weight of the child. Then there are so many things, wrinkles develop all over the body, she ages. But here, this Purushottama, Avyayam, Dhyayan Stuvan Namastim, Jagat Prabhum Deva Devaman Kusum Namasat, Tameva Chakshayam Nityam, Bhaktya Purusham Avyayam. That Purusha who does not change at all, who after creating, sustaining and dissolving the universe, who still remains the same. Okay? That's why they say, in the highest Vedanta, they say, God is dreaming the world. Okay? God is dreaming the world, and then he dissolves, but he is aware of his dream. Okay? We also dream, but we are lost in the dream. That is the difference. Okay? He is in Yoga Nidra, and we are in Bhoga Nidra. We identify ourselves. We are lost in the dream. But he is dreaming, he is doing what is called controlled dream. Why? His Leela, we are just thinking of it. Okay. Now, as per Yoga Vasishtha, what happens is his creative powers also are part of our quality. Okay. So, whatever world he created, we create with our own mind. Okay. And that as per Yoga Shastra, when you do dharana on a particular thought for 24 minutes, one gati, it will come. If you are a great yogi, that is how Vishwamitra created the Trishanku Swargam. Okay. What happens is if you are a yogi, you do dharana samyama of a rose for 24 minutes. You should imagine the rose, not allow that thought to dissolve, keep on, staring at that image, suddenly rose will come. What happens is it is in mind stuff, chitta stuff that solidifies. Okay. Similarly, the Lord, out of his mind, he has created the whole thing, it has solidified and become the universe. Okay. So, ध्यायं सुवर्णमस्त्यं तमेव चार्चयन् नित्यं भक्त्या पुरुषमव्ययम्. But he is not lost in the dream. So such ध्यायं सुवर्ण नमस्त्यं से यजमानस्तमेव च. So that immutable Brahman, Vishnu, dhyayan, you meditate, stuvan, you worship, namaskaram, you just worship him. Okay. Now he gives all the attributes of Vishnu. Anadinidhanam Vishnum Sarvalokam Maheshwaram Lokadhyaksham Stuvan Nityam Sarva Dukkatigo Bhavet. So he says, you used to ask by doing what do people transcend misery? He says, Anadi Nidhanam Vishnum. Here only he first mentioned the name Vishnu. Okay. Anadi Nidhanam Vishnum. Anadi, that beginningless Nidhanam. The word Nidhanam is something very interesting. Nidhanam means primordial stuff. Okay. Well, like I said, something like ether, what you call ether. Very primordial stuff from which all these things came. Nidhana also means Nidhana, the man who is poor. Dhana, who does not have any wealth. Anadi Nidhanam. You can look at it both the ways. That endless primordial stuff, okay, or he who created the world but does not care to possess it, okay, he remains totally detached, okay. If you see, Krishna was the greatest sannyasi in spite of having 10,000 wives, absolutely detached. So that way he is Nidhana. He is a very poor man, who Mahavishnu. He has created the whole universe. He only loosely supervising it. He is not lost in that. Okay. He is creating, he is sustaining, but he is standing apart and he does not want to interfere. Okay. Anadi Nidhanam Vishnu, that Vishnu, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, who is the absolute owner. Ishvara means Aishwarya, that is Shwa, he who owns. He is Nidhana and he also owns. Okay. Anadi Nidhanam Vishnu Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Mahaishwaram, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. The absolute Lord of the whole world. Lokadhyaksham. Loka Adhyaksha. Adhyaksha means supervisor. He is continuously watching. If he is not watchful, then this Leela will not go on. He is like a director of a play. Okay, the director of a play does all the rehearsal, and when the play is going on, he does not participate. He is only watching it. If there is something going wrong, he corrects with some signal. Okay, so Sloka Dhyaksham, Suvan Nityam. Every day you pray, you do stotra. Sarva dukkatigo bhavet. Then you transcend all the dukkhas. Okay. Then he talks about the attributes of Vishnu. Brahmanyam sarva dharmagyam lokanam kirtivadhanam Lokanatam Mahadbhutam Sarvabhuta Bhavodbhavam. Brahmanyam, he who is Brahman, not Brahma, Brahman. What is the meaning of Brahman? In Tamil we call Paramporul. The biggest of the biggest is called Brahman. So that is the Brahman is called Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. Whatever biggest thing you can imagine, he is bigger than that. Okay. Whatever smallest thing you can imagine, he is smaller than that. So that is Brahman. Okay. Brahmanyam Sarva Dharmagyam. Dharmagya, he who knows all the dharmas. So here the word dharma refers not only to the dharmas we practice. Dharma means rules of nature. Okay, how he controls the universe. If there is a dharma for electron, there is a dharma for proton, there is a dharma of gravity. So Brahmanyam Sarva Dharmagyam, he knows all these things. Brahmanyam Sarva Dharmagyam Lokanam Kirtivadhanam. Lokanam Kirtivadhanam. He who is praised, whose fame and name are praised, increased by the people, by the loka. Lokanatam Mahat Lokanam Kirtivadhanam Lokanatam Mahadbhutam Sarvabhuta Bhavodbhavam. Lokanatam, who is the Lord of the whole universe. Mahadbhutam, who is the biggest bhuta, who is the biggest creation. Sarvabhuta Bhavodbhavam. He Bhuta Bhava Udbhavam. That is who Bhuta means actually past tense, okay? That which is created already. Bhava, which will be created. Sarva Bhuta Bhavodbhavam, which will come later, okay? Udbhavam. That is the Udbhava means what you call the creativity, okay? The creativity. Sarva Bhuta Bhavodbhavam. येष मे सर्वधर्माणां धर्मोऽधिकतमो मतः यद्भक्त्या पुण्डरीकाक्षं सवैरच्ये नर सदा. येष मे, येष this may, my, येष मे सर्वधर्माणां, of all the dharmas, धर्मोऽधिकतमो मतः, dharma adhikatama matah, matah my belief, the highest dharma. येष मे सर्वधर्माणां धर्मोऽधिकतमो मतः यद्भक्त्या पुण्डरीकाक्षं सवैरच्ये नर सदा. With love, yadbhaktya pundarikaksham, that lotus-eyed, wide-eyed Lord Vishnu, savairachyen narasara. You do stavam, you do archana all the time. Okay? Ye shame sarva dharmanam dharmodikatamo matah yadbhaktya pundarikaksham savairachyen narasara. In fact, Bhishma also teaches Shiva Sahasranamam after Vishnu Sahasranamam, before, I don't know. But he himself gives preference to Vishnu Sahasranamam in response to the question, which in your opinion is the highest dharma? Yeshame sarva dharmanam dharmodikatamo matah. In my opinion, the chanting the 1,000 names of Vishnu is the highest dharma. Yad bhaktya pundarikaksham saverachye nara sada. Who? Paramam vyo mahateja paramam vyo mahattapah paramam vyo mahat brahma paramam vyo parayanam paramam vyo mahatejaha. He who is the brightest of all the brightest. Paramam vyo mahatejaha paramamyo mahattapaha. He who is the greatest tapasvi. Okay. In fact, who is the greatest tapasvi ever? It is only Lord Vishnu, because he has created the universe And for infinite number of years, or billions and billions of years, he is holding universe. Okay, with all the things which are going on, he is absolutely holding it. Nothing moves without his permission. So when we see this uh, Vasakara, we'll know the meaning. So Paramamyo Mahatejaha, Paramamyo Mahatapaha. He who is greatest tapasvi. In fact, Lord Narayana is still in tapas in Badri. What for? For the well-being of the present world. Okay, Earth. Paramamyo Mahat Brahma. So Brahman itself is greatest. Paramamyo Mahat Brahma. Greatest of the great. Paramam Yah Parayanam. That greatest Parama means great. Yah Parayanam. That is the ultimate refuge. So what he says is the ultimate refuge you can take is in the infinite Lord Purushottama. What sort of gunas he has? Pavitranam pavitram vyo mangalanam cha mangalam. Pavitranam pavitram vyo mangalanam cha mangalam. Pavitranam pavitram. He who is purer than the purest. The word pavitra comes from the root punati, purify. Okay, so that whatever purifies you is called pavitramana, or we say the pavitramana kshetram, pavitramana tirtham. If you take bath in Ganga, Pavitra Nadi, it washes off your sins. Okay, pavitranam pavitram you. See, what is the meaning of purer than the purest? Just let me give an example. You wash your clothes, okay? You use a detergent. What takes away the dirt from the cloth? Water, okay? So the bucket is dirty. Then what you do? You have to purify that water. How do? You throw it into the sink. It goes through the gutter. It goes to a big river. There it gets diluted. And then the big river goes and joins the sea. So it is diluted to, to the extent of billions and billions and billions of times less than the original dirt. Okay, and finally everything has come from the earth. It goes back. Okay, all the dirt has come from it. It goes back to the earth. So that way, pavitranam pavitram. Here, what is the greatest purifying agent? It is the ocean. There is a story about Mother Ganga. Mother Ganga fell from the feet of Lord Vishnu. Okay? That is Lord Brahma with his Kamandala, when Vishnu took Trivikrama Avatara, Brahma with his Kamandalo, he just did Abhishekam of Vishnu's right toe. Okay? That was all the water he had in his Kamandala. Okay? And that water was Ganga. It started percolating down with a great thundering sound. With enormous force, it came down to earth. And Lord Shiva took it on his girth, took it on his head. Okay? And then Lord Shiva, being a very great personality, he was able to withstand all the shock and hold Mother Ganga within his matted hair. And then she lost all her so-called arrogance. And then through one hair, he let down Mother Ganga. And that is the Ganga which is flowing now. Okay. So you can imagine if it directly came from Lord Vishnu's feet, how fierce will it be? The earth itself will not be there. So that Ganga, because it came from Brahma's Kamandalo, from Vishnu's feet, and from Shiva's head, it's a Pavitra Nadi. You take bath in that, you get purified. You can feel it when you go to Haridwar or Rishikesh. Your mind, you take bath, your mind cannot think of lower things. You automatically get purified. Okay. If you remain there, they call it Deva Bhumi. All the time you will only be thinking of God. That is the beauty of that place. Pavitranam. So, Mother Ganga washes up all the sins of people who take bath, and Mother Ganga prayed to Lord Shiva, I am taking all the sins, who will purify me? Then Lord Shiva told, don't worry, once in 12 years under some planetary configuration, a lot of saints will come and take bath in you. Even otherwise, on your bank will settle down a lot of great personalities, saints and sadhus. When they take bath, they absorb all the sins which are taken from others in them. Okay? I mean, very similar to, we say that Jesus took upon himself all the sins of mankind. It is very, very similar to that. All the saints, they absorb the sins of their disciples. Okay? All the gurus take the sins of disciples on themselves. Okay? So that they go up. Okay? You see in the life of Ramanuja, Ramanuja was told by Tirukostirunambi, you should not share this Oct16 with anybody. He promised, and then he went and initiated all his disciples with Oct16. And when Tirukostirunambi came and asked him, you have violated the oath which you gave me, promise which you gave me. And you know what Ramanuja says? If by this one person going to Raurava Naraka, if millions of people are going to be liberated, I don't mind being in hell. That is the spirit of the Acharya. Okay? And that is how the sins which are absorbed by Ganga are taken by saints and sadhus. And what happens to them? Some of them do suffer, of course, but by continuously taking the name of the Lord, okay, they dissolve all the sins. Okay? If you chant Vishnu Sahasranamam regularly, it definitely releases, it dissolves a lot of sins. Okay? The prarabdha is being dissolved. Okay? So that is what happens. Pavitranam pavitram yo. So he absorbs all the sins ultimately. Therefore, he is ultimate purifying agent. Mangalanam cha mangala. He is the most auspicious of all the auspicious things. Daivatam devatanam cha. He is the Lord of all the devas. Daivatam devatanam cha bhutanam yogya pita. He who is the immutable father, creator of all the Panchabhutas. Okay? We will stop here. Om Namo Narayanaya. 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 ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चित्तानि नाहम् न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिः न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् शिवाचिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः थैंक यू